Check.
Mic check.
Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check.
Oh, ours, it's working. All right, we're good. Cool.
Let's get it.
So, how did I do this last time? I think I had up in here, I shared. I did a screen share and I did this. And boom. There we go. Cool.
Sweet. Why didn't Caleb want to join?
He said he was tired.
Yeah, punching a keyboard all day has got to be exhausting, huh?
Well, he had a flight. He said he got up at 2 a.m. and wanted to go home and go to bed. So
I'm just fucking around.
all right. So yeah, what were we talking about earlier? Oh, we were talking about the new Supra. The new Supra with a manual transmission.
You said that was Toyota developed.
That's what I'm hearing. And they have this guy's kind of got a good video on it. Some pictures of it. This is so they're making a manual transmission A91 MT version. And that version is going to have it's going to have a matte white and a see you later gray paint colors.
See you later.
Yeah. And it's got these lips in the front, or a side skirt, diffuser, and front lip.
Okay.
No wing, which I know the CF edition has like a wing. And then CF edition also has its own paint color. But what's really interesting is this is the interior.
Is it GF or CF?
It's CF. It's going to have this. CF edition is going to, or I'm sorry, the manual transmission version is the one that they're only making 500 of, is going to have this red Supra badge in the back.
They're only making 500?
Yep.
Holy shit.
This is what the shifter looks like.
That's dope. Not excited to see what the markup's going to be on that prick.
Yeah, I think so. It's going to be an option. It's not like they're going to only do. It's not like they're only going to do the like 500 models of a manual transmission, and then it's it. It's 500 models of this special edition version. So it's got this different color interior. Which is called Cognac. And then it comes standard with a 10-speaker JBL system with 2 subs in the back.
I gotcha. Well, that's pretty sick.
But by saying it's different rims too. These rims are specific to that model too. So it's pretty crazy. 500 of them. they're probably going to go for a ridiculous price. It's probably going to be $100,000 car. If you could even land one. I mean, and that's what I think it's supposed to be something similar like that to for the new Corolla too. That
As far as the launch edition or what?
yeah, they're calling it the circuit edition. But
And how many are they making?
let me see. I think it'll be like a made to order basis, honestly. They were saying that I mean this is going to come so late in 2023 that there's only going to be like it's going to be like when they announced the Bronco. That's how long it's going to take for fucking customers to start getting it.
Ay, ay, ay. That was like a 3-year hiatus, wasn't it?
Yeah. But I do think people want this GR Corolla more than, like, I think they're more willing to pay the extra money for the extra doors and the extra space.
Right.
And, like, the Supra out of the box is advertised like 350 horsepower. Some people are saying they make more. Some people are saying they make less. But normally it's like advertised they're making, like they're advertising 350 and some people are dynoing it and then making more horsepower than the 350. But anyway, what I was saying is 3 less cylinders, 50 less horsepower. Like, I don't know. To me, a GR Corolla at 40 grand is a better deal than a Supra at 60.
And that 60 being no markup.
Right. Supras are easier to get now, but still, like, I don't even know why they wasted their time making a 4-cylinder version. No one's gonna buy that shit. I mean, I wouldn't buy that shit. I don't know anybody. If anyone's watching, they're probably not gonna buy that shit either.
Be right back. Yo, I think we should do a comparison.
Like comparison video.
No, like a comparable, like out of 3 cars, we should compare the 370Z, the Genesis 3.8 Coupe, and the Mustang V6.
Should I pull up the Wikipedia of all of them?
Sure, yeah. Do stats, weight, power, weight distribution. Dude, I need to get a game room so bad.
Dude, why don't you just turn that study room that Ellie has into a...
Because she's starting her last semester, like, next month.
And what did you say, a Mustang V6?
Yeah, the newer one with the 3.7 in it.
Okay. So, I got a couple here. Engine. We'll start with the 370Z. 370Z. Here, let me see the specs. MSRP 30 to 47,000. 3.7 liter, 332 horsepower, 270 torque, 19-gallon fuel tank.
Hey, on the YouTube, is there a way you can make your screen that's on your computer like the whole distance across and have us on the bottom? Or no?
Let me see. Can do it like that. And then let me see.
Yeah.
See if I can make
Keep
it.
it like that.
Try and
Like, I
make
can
this a little
see it a
bigger.
lot. That works. Yeah.
That good?
Yeah. It looks good on my TV. Oh, hell yeah.
So yeah, we got 370Z. I believe the Nismo came with special brakes. I don't know if they're Brembos or not. I know I'm pretty sure they came with a limited slip differential.
And they came with different suspension and anti-roll and sway bars that are upgraded from factory.
Yep, I believe the engine made a little more power too, but
Really?
it's not the same engine. I think it's just tuned. I think it's just tuned a different, to a different thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think the difference was only like 40 horsepower or something like that.
They got 40 horse out of a tune. That's impressive.
Yeah, tune intake. Maximum power output for the Genesis, it says 299, about 300 horsepower, and 265 torque.
Okay.
At 4,700 RPM, six-speed manual, vented disc brakes. Fuel tank was a little bit bigger at 14 or 17 gallons. And it is 4 seats.
I think all of these in this comparison are 4-seaters.
370 is 2-seat.
What?
370s, 350s, 400, Supra, all 2-seaters.
I didn't know that.
That's what's keeping me from like wanting to get one other than having it as a drift car. Because it's like, what else would I use this car for? It doesn't get great gas mileage.
Right.
It's the only good thing about getting a 370Z is they've been making this chassis since 2009, and so until 2021 or 2021, 2022, 11 years in production of the same body
Yeah.
style. Like they haven't done nothing with this car.
No, like small aesthetics and infotainment upgrades, but that's about it.
Yeah. Mustang. You're coming in right around the same price, 3.7 liter V6, 21 miles a gallon. Power, looking at 300 horsepower and 280. So they're all pretty much the same.
Okay. Now, my next question to you is, if you had to pick one, which one would it be?
Well, V6 Mustang, out the door. No way. No way. Yeah, you couldn't. You couldn't get me to. Hold on, I'm gonna grab a beer.
All right.
It's the same thing as buying the 4-cylinder Supra. Like why? Why would you do that? Why would you?
You're almost like if you're an actual enthusiast, I feel like you might do that just to get the body style, so when it does blow up, you can swap whatever the fuck you want into it.
No, V6 Mustangs are for women who want to buy a Mustang because they like the Mustang, but they don't want to pay that much.
But here, when you see a 350Z or a 370Z drifting at the track, you don't think nothing of it. But as soon as you see a V6 Mustang shredding the fucking tires at the track, all hell breaks loose. People just start shitting on this car, and I think it's crazy because of how comparable the V6 Mustang is to the 370.
Yeah, but they don't make a V8 370. They don't make a V8 Genesis, but they do make a V8 Mustang.
Yeah, well, they do make a V8 Genesis, but it's a 4-door. It's got a 5-liter V8 in it.
And it's auto. Not they don't have it in stick.
All right, so I think
if you found a crashed one, same thing. If I found a crashed one 370Z for stupid cheap, we're talking like $5-6 grand. Yeah, maybe I would drive a V6 Mustang and then eventually put a V8 in it. But I wouldn't go to a dealer and be like, yeah, I want that one when there's like a 5.0 sitting right next to it.
Even for $15K more?
Well, it's not though.
It is. So right now, at Ziegler Racine in Ziegler Toyota in Racine, there's a 2017 V6 Mustang with 34,000 miles on it for $19,000. You are not going to find a 5.0 same year, relatable mileage for more than 10 grand in a difference with a clean title. 5.0s are fucking 10 grand more all day. Would you save 10 grand and drift a Mustang, or would you just go with a 370?
370.
Okay, now out of the Mustangs, would you rather have a EcoBoost or a V6?
Probably the EcoBoost.
That's what I kind of thought too.
That was about to be my next thing. Was if I'm gonna go through the trouble of getting a V6, I might as well just get the EcoBoost and then try and boost it or like put a bigger turbo or because they make pretty similar horsepower. Let me see how much a EcoBoost Mustang makes.
thought it was like 240 or 250 or some shit. But they make the same amount of torque.
$310. So more than the V6. More than the V6 by 10 horsepower. And how much more? So 70 more torque at 1,000 less RPMs. So you're better off getting EcoBoost.
Yeah, not to mention the aftermarket support that's with the EcoBoost community versus the V6. What are you going to do with a V6? Spray it?
Right.
Nothing else makes sense price-wise. That's crazy. I didn't know that they made that much worse. So what is that? Is that a variant of the Focus RS engine then?
Yep. Yep, it's basically just the Focus RS engine turned. And it's the same engine that they are putting in Broncos. They're putting them in Broncos. I'm pretty sure they have them in, they're putting them in the new Explorers, like the Timberline edition. They're putting them in Ford Explorers now.
Does it show compression ratios on this page or no?
Let me see.
I'm curious what it is. The 2.3 liter Ford's been making forever. I know it's not the same engine because the old school 2.3 liter that came in the Rangers, the Tempos, the Ford, basically everything that Ford made back in the day was a single overhead cam engine. But what's kind of cool is Ford actually had a 4-cylinder turbo back in the day. It was a notchback, and it was a 2.3 liter turbo, which I'm surprised they didn't throw the SVO badge on this new EcoBoost Mustang.
Nine and a half.
9.5 to what? To 1?
Yeah.
Interesting.
They have them all here. Here's the thing right here. There's the EcoBoost. There's a 2.3 liter high performance package now in the 2021, 2022. The Mustang GT has the. I wonder if they're even still making the V6. They might have just completely switched to EcoBoost.
I mean, why the fuck wouldn't they?
What's
up? Those numbers?
Anybody that's joining, make sure you hit up the chat. Talk to us. We're talking about some car stuff. Stuff we enjoy about cars. Just me and Justin right now. We got a couple buddies joining up later on. But if you like cars, you like us, feel free to voice your opinion in the chat. Right now we're talking about these Mustangs and comparing them to other V6 cars that we often see at the drift track. So yeah, back to what you're saying. I don't see, because this is a technical spec from Ford.
From 2021, not 2022.
Yeah, but it's probably the same thing.
Okay.
Mustang EcoBoost. I see the 2.3 liter high performance package. I want to see. Okay, so the difference in the high performance package has a high strength cast aluminum head and high pressure die cast aluminum block with high tensile liner and high strength cast aluminum head.
Now, time out. What liner are they talking about? Are they fucking coating the cylinder walls? Because that did not work out for Honda back in the day.
I don't know, but it does show that the compression ratio is a little bit different from the regular EcoBoost to the high performance. It's saying 9.5 to 1 and 9.37 to 1.
But it doesn't make any power.
It's okay right here. It says pistons, cast aluminum pistons, but the high performance has improved ring packs.
I bet you they're coating the cylinders again.
I wouldn't say it's impossible. This one's showing all. These two are the V8, the Mustang GT, and the Mach 1 are the 5 liter, and the GT 500 is the 5.2, I believe.
Give me 2 seconds.
Twin high flow pumps on the Shelby GT 500. Wow, they're building the 2.3 Mustang EcoBoost engines at 2 different locations. Cleveland engine plant, it says right here, and Valencia engine plant right here. So that's interesting. The V8s, the 5 liters are made at Windsor Essex, and the 5.2 Voodoo engine is made in Romeo.
So for the price of new, if I was buying new and I was trying to do like a budget kind of a fun car, I would have to go with the EcoBoost, to be honest. Worst case scenario, you blow it. Dude, a K swap isn't shit. And a K series can make 600-700 horse.
I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility for one of these engines either. I just think that the aftermarket support is not as much there as it would be for any Honda.
Right. Well, I don't know, dude. Look at the fucking ST community. If it's the same shit, look at Focus R STs.
The only engine that this would compare to is the RS. It's not in any of the the engine. The other engine was a 2 liter EcoBoost, and then the one in the Fiesta was a 1.6 EcoBoost.
Right. No, I'm just saying more along the lines of EcoBoost in general. Like, I'm gonna say they're pretty similar fucking engines, all of them. The 2 liter, the 2.3, the 1.6 that's in the Fiesta. I feel like it only gets way different when you jump into like the SHO or the Raptor, where they jump to the 3.5 V6.
Right. Out of the 3, yeah, it would probably be an EcoBoost Mustang or a 370Z. And the EcoBoost Mustang would probably be the most cost efficient unless you're getting an older 370.
With high miles.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Plus, you also have to deal with how the 370 sounds. And if anybody knows, the 370 does not sound amazing. At least in my opinion. You can make it sound good.
I feel like the only time I've ever heard a 370 or a 350 at that, any sort of VQ platform sound good, was with a full NVIDIA exhaust. That's headers, high flow cat, mid pipe, like all the way out to the tails, and that shit sounded like almost exotic. Like it didn't sound like I'm sure you've heard 350s and 370s straight piped, and they sound like absolute dog shit.
Right. Yeah, but I don't know. I wonder how I'm curious what a really good sounding EcoBoost Mustang would sound like.
I've seen some videos floating around the internet. Them things got some nasty ass launch control. Like they pop like SRT4s back in the day would.
Here's an Army Tricks Can you hear the audio?
I have my volumes down on my TV.
Can you hear it through the...
I can hear it through my phone, yeah.
Okay.
Ellie and I rented one of those EcoBoost Mustangs when we went to Florida. It was a lot peppier than I expected. It's so weird hearing a 4-cylinder sound come out of that car. I love the turbo spool, but other than that, dude, it sounds like shit. It just seems so out of place, dude. It should be a V8, you know what I mean? Facts.
I can't believe that got approved. I can't believe they made that engine and they were like, oh yeah, that's great. It's just like, why?
I don't know. It's weird hearing it come out the back of a Mustang and it being a 4-banger.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I'm not a fan.
I don't think I'd take the V6 over it because I think the V6 probably sounds worse. But yeah.
Not to mention it makes less power and it's probably heavier.
All right. So which one would you pick, though? Out of the three.
Price-wise, and I don't know, drivability, and I don't want something everybody else has, I'd probably have to go with the Genesis, dude. I think they look fucking slick. Put some wheels on them, lower them. And I've heard them in person. I don't think they sound horrible. But it's like any other fucking V6, really.
Here's a good looking one.
What's that?
Here's a good looking one right here.
Yeah.
Wide body kit.
I seen one on the freeway the other day. It looked pretty slick. And all you need is fender flares, and it looks like you got a fucking legitimate wide body because of the way that the rear fenders are. Kid I went to high school with has a one of those 3.8 Genesises, and he's supercharged it and shit. I think he makes just over 450 horse out of it.
This is Bobby Dolly's old one.
Is it really?
Yep.
Oh yeah, I remember when he was parting that out. Do you remember seeing his posts?
Yeah. I remember seeing this car. Yeah.
I don't remember seeing the car. I remember seeing him on Marketplace parting the whole thing out.
I remember.
I'd have to.
Because like right before he bought his R32, he had this, and then he was like, I got something else planned, and then was selling all of his shit, and then like bought the R32 GTR. But then he sold that now apparently.
Really? The white one?
Yep.
What did he get?
I don't know. Probably upwards of 50, and I think he only paid like 35 or a little bit less than 40 for it. I think he made out, but he had that Pandem wide body kit on it, and he spent a lot of money to get that kit on. But yeah, I mean, probably.
My next question would be how did Genesis's slide?
Who hopped in here? I just heard a ding. Oh, Nick.
What's going on?
What up? Are you back at home?
Nick?
Yeah.
You want to hop in on this?
We had an easy one tonight, so. What's going on?
Nothing. Turn on your camera so you can see your beautiful face.
What's up, everybody? Oh,
There he is.
Focus.
Focus!
It's not like focusing on anything.
Damn, bro.
Come on. Anything, come on.
Turn your lights on in your room for a second. Your other lights.
Like the really bright ones?
Yeah.
Corey, do you think the Genesis slides?
Wipe off the lens or something.
Any better? Did it work?
No.
It's exactly the same. Dude, what is going on?
You got a fingerprint or something on there?
No fingerprints.
Yeah, unplug it, plug it back in.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. All right, hold on.
I'm going to look up to see if the Genesis has a...
Angle kit?
No, LSD. It comes with a LSD.
I would be surprised if it does.
No, they don't. But a 2-way or 1.5-way is about $1,200.
That I would just weld it at that point when it blows. I thought we're talking about Genesis, though. I wonder what better car it is for an enthusiast to have, the 2-liter or the 3.8.
Oh, wait, hold
2-liter
on.
turbo.
I think it does come with one. I think it does
Really?
come with one, yeah.
We're back in business. Or
Hey,
There you
we
go.
were
What's up,
never in
Nick?
business in the first place, but here we are now.
Interesting. I don't know.
Who's buying a Genesis?
We were just comparing them to other V6 cars that you can get around the same price range.
Like we just compared, we did a comparison of a V6 Mustang with a 3.7, a 370Z, or a Genesis 3.8 coupe. They're all rear-wheel drive, all V6, all front engine, very similar in price.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of just preference at that point.
Right, and I feel like personally, after modifying and like doing what you're gonna do to any car, if you're an enthusiast, I feel like the Genesis is gonna look the best. That could be disputed between the 370 as well.
I'd probably say the 370.
Yeah, I don't like the 370 just because everybody has them. I don't see too many Genesis coupes that are modded, that are sliding, and so on and so forth. But
And there's not really much else out there. I mean, what else is a V6 or a 4-cylinder or rear-wheel drive setup? Nothing
like
from Honda.
2014 and newer, dude, there's really not shit, really.
You can get a Camaro. They make turbo Camaros.
Yeah, I know. I just don't know how I feel about that. I'd rather get a Genesis over any I feel like I'm like going against being American if I get a V6 Mustang, 4-cylinder Mustang, V6 Camaro, or 4-cylinder
Yeah.
Camaro and like try and do cool shit with it. Like, dude, those are American cars. They should have had V8s to begin with.
Yeah, and they only put those.
Where did they go wrong?
Oh, so it's a 2.0 that they put in the V6 Camaro or in the 4-cylinder Camaros, and it makes you see the horsepower.
So that's
It says
comparable.
275 to 650, but I'm guessing it's right around the.
That's super comparable to the Genesis 2.0 and then the EcoBoost 2.3.
The EcoBoost 2.3 makes 310 and 350 torque. This makes 275, so you're a little bit slower in the Camaro, and probably the same song and dance with the like a V6 Challenger. Like you're not really gonna drift a V6 Challenger.
No.
They're just too heavy, and you can't fucking see out of them.
Right. Well, and then like the Challengers, it's like they're land yachts to begin with.
Yeah.
Even with a Hellcat or even a Scat Pack in them, those cars are at a disadvantage being almost 5,000 pounds.
Yeah. They're huge.
They're boats, for sure.
And the only other thing, really, I mean, you could say Kia Stinger. But, yeah.
Me and Eileen were at this bar, and this like random couple like sat next to us, like older couple, and they like apparently are in love but never got married. They've been together for 40 years, but he lives in Florida and she lives here. Anyways, he had a Stinger, and apparently some young kid totaled it. But this dude talked about his bright blue Kia Stinger for like at least 20 minutes to me.
Corey, who was it that we were playing COD with? Somebody we were playing COD with was saying that the Kia Stinger is their dream car. We all fucking laughed at him. Who was that?
I don't know. Probably Kyle. That sounds
Lauren?
like a Kyle.
But they were
No.
like, they were talking it up like crazy, and we're like, bro, it's still a Kia. He's like, the Kia would destroy this and this and this. I'm like, bro.
Well, it probably would because it makes 368 horse, 376 horse torque,
What's it weigh?
3,800 pounds.
That's actually a lot lighter than I thought it would be. For a 4-door sedan, a mid-size sedan.
Yeah, the 4-cylinder Camaro is 3,300 pounds.
What's the Genesis weigh? Do you remember? Do you still have that tab?
I'll have to pull it up here in a sec. I'm looking at Mustang right now. Curb weight. Mustang is 3,500 pounds.
And they say 100 pounds is a tenth of a second for the quarter mile for time. That's what the like equation is for 0 to 60 times and so on and so forth.
370 is 3,300, so pretty close to Camaro. Just a little bit lighter than Camaro. And then £3,400 for the Genesis. But you're making $350 in the Genesis.
Right.
Kia Stinger actually way more. Weighs the most out of all of them.
But here's the kicker: the Genesis or the Stinger is in a whole different bracket than the cars that we're comparing. Cars that are comparable to the Stinger are the Taurus SHO, the Genesis 5.0.
The Kia Stinger's
Ours-
rear-wheel drive.
They're all-wheel.
No, they're rear-wheel. It says right here.
Dude, I swear they're all-wheel drive.
There probably is an all-wheel drive version. There is all-wheel drive versions, yes, but they do come in rear-wheel.
But for 48K, I'm good.
Yeah. MSRP is 43
Kia. It's a Kia.
Fuck that.
on a new one, and then they're selling used ones for more than MSRP.
You could literally get a 600 horsepower Whipple Charge 16 Mustang 5.0 for 33 grand right now, right here in Kenosha. And have way more fun than you would in that Stinger.
I don't know. Apparently, this guy at the bar had a really good time with it.
Is Kia owned by Hyundai?
Kia is Korean, I know that much, I think. I'm pretty sure Kia is Korean. I'm not sure, though.
Hyundai owns 33.8% of Kia.
Is that majority ownership, or is there
That was
like
in
somebody else?
That was in
bigger?
2013 that was posted.
Who owns Kia? Yeah, it's South Korea. You're supporting Kim Jong. You're burning a
That's North Korea's.
Same difference.
Alfa Romeo, Fiat, Dodge, Chrysler, all owned by Stellantis. Genesis is owned by Hyundai. Infiniti is Renault, Nissan, Mitsubishi. So Mitsubishi and Nissan are partners now. Mazda is its own. Mercedes is its own.
Jaguar is owned by Tata Motors. So is Land Rover. Interesting.
Yeah, so this actually brings up another thing we were talking about before, the new Stellantis 3-liter inline 6 that they're going to start putting in.
In the what?
Jeep, Dodge, Chrysler is putting these engines in their cars now.
Yeah.
It's called the Hurricane. 3-liter inline 6 twin turbo high output.
I feel like that thing is gonna piss off a lot of people, dude. Especially when you put that in a small platform. Imagine that shit in a Dodge Dart. Oh my god.
Yeah.
They're gonna put that in the Dodge Dart and call it the Hell Kitty or something, or the Hell Kitten.
Yeah. They have two different versions, the SO and the HO. The SO is going to put more than 400 horsepower. The HO is going to put out over 500 horsepower.
That's insane.
So pretty crazy.
I hope Dodge puts that in a small car.
If they put that in a Charger, I would probably get a Charger. Straight up.
Like I'm saying, even smaller than a Charger. Like if they come out with a new economy-ish car or not a subcompact, but like a car like the Focus or the Dart or the Cruise or something like that, I wouldn't put it past Dodge because Dodge is kind of crazy, dude. Let's be real. They put a 700 horsepower supercharged Hellcat engine in a half-ton truck. Mm-hmm. Like, they know that people want to buy that shit.
Yeah, and they just discontinued that motor. They're not making that Hellcat motor anymore.
I wonder why.
EPA regulations, I'm sure.
California probably fucking shed a tear about the fucking emissions bullshit.
I'm joking.
Are you dying?
Yeah.
So I'm pretty excited for this engine. We'll see.
Dave, you wanna
See what they put it in.
record?
I just saw something else interesting on here. What was it?
Dude, did you see that they're getting $130,000 for the new Escalade that's got the 3-liter Duramax in it?
That's pretty crazy. But the new the Hummer EV is like 150.
I believe it. But like,
I don't know.
why would you buy an Escalade with an engine that doesn't have like a backbone, like an experimental engine that's 4 years old, 3 years old? It's not old enough to have issues yet. Why the hell are you going to spend $130,000 on it when you can get the 6.2?
Well,
6.2 liter.
The 3-liter is based off the 2.8.
Right, but it hasn't been out long enough for them to have major issues yet. Major issues being once you hit 60, 80, 100,000 miles is when people start seeing catastrophic failure and shit.
Right, but you
And
have to
those
think,
new 3-liter, my buddy bought a new Sierra with a 3-liter Duramax in it, dude, and he had issues off the fucking lot with it. He had to take it back to the dealership 3 different times. It's that same dude I showed you the pictures of that rolled his Silverado ice fishing. He rolled it 3 times behind me. But he went and bought a brand new Sierra with the Duramax in it, and he had to take it back 3 different fucking times for the emissions bullshit, the DPF, the DEF, or whatever the hell that system is.
Yep.
But it was like plugging up, and his truck was going into limp mode.
Yeah,
On a
those.
$60 truck.
Well, they're designed to tow shit. Like they got to be towing shit,
Yeah.
otherwise that shit isn't getting burned down. If you're just driving it around town, not doing like just driving around a pretty truck, not putting it to work. And you got to think too, people that are spending $150,000 on an Escalade don't give a shit what the fuck happens. Like they drop their car off at the fucking dealership and get it fixed, and while they're getting it fixed, they're given a courtesy vehicle, which is probably another of the same thing. You know, they got the warranties, they got everything that they want because they just don't care. Anyone buying an Escalade doesn't fucking care.
Right. My point is, with 2,000 miles on this truck, you had to bring it back 3 times. I don't know.
Yeah, it's annoying. I'm pretty sure because Ford has a 3-liter V6 diesel. They're in the F-150s, but I'm pretty sure, I don't know if they stopped making it or if they just discontinued that as well, but everyone's trying to go to this to hybrid platforms or electric now. And like I was just saying about that, the company Tesla just came out with a new type of battery too, that's supposed to be lighter, more efficient, and last longer. So you'll start to see EVs that'll get up to the 500, 600, 700 range, and then before you know it, there'll be EVs that'll get 1,000 to 1,200 miles off a single charge. They'll be putting those little fucking vape batteries everywhere in that car.
I don't know. I can't get behind the green movement with cars. I love engines. I love the sounds engines make. I love all that shit too much to jump to electric. Not to mention, we live in Wisconsin. It's cold. You know the effect that the cold has on your iPhone, for example. Like, You can't tell me you can have an electric vehicle for 5 years and not have a catastrophic failure of any sort. And we all live in Wisconsin. We go up north to visit our friends and family who live 4, 5, 6 hours up north. Who the hell wants to stop halfway to fucking charge up your...
Well, even to most people that live in Wisconsin and then work in Chicago, because there's a lot of people that do that still. They unless you are driving to somewhere where there is a charger, you're going to be on the way back home. You're going to be like, I don't know, am I going to make it? Am I going to make it?
Yeah, you're going to have one of those Honda suitcase generators in your trunk just for an emergency situation where you run out.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the purpose.
Yeah, that'll get better over time. I do think though we might even see a point in our life where they're like trying to cut back on EP and try and make everything green or whatever. And they want everyone to have an electric car, so they're gonna do a rebate where they're just gonna be like, we'll give you a $10,000 rebate if you trade in your car for an electric or EV.
Right. You know what's crazy though? A lot of people don't realize, Corey, where electricity actually fucking comes from. I don't know the statistic, but I know it's more than half of electricity. I think it's almost 3/4 of electricity in the United States comes from coal.
Yeah, there's a very low percentage that comes from solar or wind
energy. So like, you got to think of that as the big picture. Say everybody does go EV. Is it really helping anything if we're drawing that much more power out of these coal plants? They're going to be running that much harder, producing that much more greenhouse gases. You know what I mean? It feels like it's really not getting ahead. It might be. I don't know.
Yeah, I think the thing they're also trying to move to is nuclear, because there's a new type of nuclear reaction called nuclear fission that they've discovered, which is somewhere in the neighborhood of 100 to 150 times safer than traditional, and makes way more power. We'll see within the next 10 years that technology start to make its way onto U.S. soil.
I have a question. So with EV vehicles, Tesla, more or less, why doesn't Tesla offer a spare battery that you can put in the trunk that you can get 100 miles out of? It slides into your trunk just like a fucking suitcase. In emergencies, you plug it into your car, like you would your trailer lights for your trailer on your truck. And then you got an extra 100 miles. And you can charge that separately from your car. That's just in an emergency situation.
Yeah, I think.
Why isn't that?
Because it wouldn't get you an extra 100 miles. It might get you an extra 20 for a suitcase-style battery that you can actually lift.
True, that would be heavy as shit.
And they only get like some of the higher Teslas only get like 300 to 350 miles for range anyway. So 100 miles, like you're talking a third of that battery pack in a suitcase. I don't think that's gonna happen. I think you could probably get 20 miles out of something like that. It's not a bad idea.
Or even have it as like an option when you're building the Tesla. Instead of having, hear me out, instead of having trunk space, your entire trunk is an extra battery, right? Or they're going to have to upgrade the suspension to be able to support that and shit and blah, blah, blah. But you have the boot in the front of the car. The hood in the Tesla storage, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if your whole trunk is taken up by a spare battery, why wouldn't they do that? Is it not fuel efficient to have a vehicle that's an extra 1,200 pounds in the back? Is it unsafe, I wonder?
Probably both those things.
I just don't know why they're not trying to squeeze out more mileage, because that's like the kicker for me. I don't know.
If someone wanted to, they make big enough battery packs now, or like how you were talking about carrying around like a suitcase generator.
Yeah.
I'd imagine if I were to ever go that route, I would probably get one of those things for that emergency situation. Anyway, you know.
I was watching a video, dude. Those suitcase generators don't put out shit for wattage. You're stuck there. Unless you open your trunk and let that suitcase generator run while you're driving, which defeats the purpose to begin with. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, you'd have to be somewhere where you could pull over, and then like the suitcase generators only have so much fuel in them, so you have to, you know, you have to run that thing for however long. You have to run it basically out of gas in order to get like an extra 30 miles. And that, to run that thing out of gas takes like 3 hours, 4 hours.
I wonder what. I don't know. I guess I just wonder what. I lost my fucking train of thought.
We were talking about this before about how the new Ford F-150 Lightning, it was showing like how it has this whole network of things listed in it for fuels or not refueling but recharging, a bunch of recharging stations. So when you map out your route, it shows you all the charging stations along your route, and then in a normal stop, let's say you're a family of 3, family of 4, everyone has to get out, go to the bathroom, get a snack, stretch out. Right. It takes like 30 minutes. Well, within that 30-minute charge, you can get up to 100 something miles. So if you're doing that every 100 or so miles, you'll be fine to get all the way down. But for the long distance traveler, for the trucker who can sit in a truck for fucking half a day and not get out, it would not be ideal.
Not even half a day. 6 hours up north type shit. I feel like you're going to be struggling because nowhere up north is going to have a recharge station. EV vehicles are only practical for people who live / work near major cities.
Yeah.
Now, I was going to ask before, I said I lost my train of thought. Does Ford offer those superchargers like Tesla does?
Yeah, but I think they're all one and the same. I think most of them are just Tesla superchargers that they all adapt, like they all have the same connectors. I heard somebody talking about something like this before, like why would somebody invest in Tesla? Like why wouldn't someone invest in a startup car company? But Tesla is more than just a car company. It's like a data collection company. They make cars, but they're making cars without humans. A Tesla is made with all robots.
Have you ever seen the video of their manufacturing facility? It's actually cool.
Yeah, it's mind blowing.
It's like almost freaky.
But all of these cars that are out on the road that are doing the autopilot stuff, like they're all collecting data and it's getting sent back to Tesla, and then just, you know, they're making routes. They're building this network so that in the future, let's say that there's all these cars out there that have the same type of features, like auto driving and whatever. There'll just be a bunch of cars that are auto driving. You don't have to drive anymore. When you go into a city, you need an Uber. There's not even a driver. You call the Uber, the car shows up, you get in, and then the car drives off. No driver.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like that.
I don't know if I like it either. And I might even be able to find it. No driver car. There's a car that got stopped by a cop.
There's no driver in it.
Yeah, right here.
So, I called back. Same State Farm agent.
Oh yeah, State Farm.
The next day.
That video of a driverless car being pulled over by police in San Francisco. The robo-taxi first stops, then suddenly pulls away. Our transportation correspondent, Gio Benitez, joins with more. Good morning, Gio.
It suddenly pulls away.
Good morning. This is supposed to be just like any other traffic stop. A car driving at night had its headlights off, so naturally police pull that car over. Well, what happens next had everyone scratching their heads. This morning, a sign of the times captured on camera. At first, it looks like a normal traffic stop until... Ain't nobody in it. Watch closely as police look for a driver or any sign of human life in the car, but it turns out it's a driverless
This
car,
guy's
fully
clueless.
autonomous. Now watch.
Oh,
as the
for
officer steps
sure.
away. The car appears to drive
He's like-
off.
It's like, shit, bro.
Crossing an intersection before stopping again. Police were able
First
to
self-driven
reach
car
which
pursuit.
manually took control of the car that's being used in a test of a
Imagine being a
driverless
passenger
rideshare
in that.
program.
You're like,
telling ABC News the car was not trying
am
to
I
speed
getting a
off,
ticket,
but that
or
our AV
is
yielded
the car
to
getting a
police
ticket?
vehicle, then pulled over to the nearest safe location for the traffic stop as intended. An officer contacted cruise personnel. and
No citation was
issued.
issued. Bro, you pull away from a cop like that in real life, your ass getting tased.
Yeah.
This technology has a lot going on.
That's funny.
And so controlling for the environment is just one thing, and then controlling for the
Dude, hold on.
users is a whole nother game. Environment.
Look at this car, bro.
Fucking ugly, bro.
Dude,
That's bad.
This is like I was saying earlier, like with the Mustang, the fucking EcoBoost sound. There's multiple people that looked at this car and were like, yeah, looks good. Yeah, sick.
oh,
Dude, that thing's got to have a button in it that you push. That's like a sport mode, and it like enables the Jetsons sound.
Is just one thing.
That thing is
and
ugly as
controlling
shit.
For just the other roadway users is a whole nother game.
Yeah, it is. Hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our
Crazy.
Corey, did you see that video I sent you on TikTok of the Hayabusa swap smart car?
No, I have seen that though. Someone did that with a Mini Cooper too.
I feel like the smart car would been cooler. Like, you put enough power down those rear wheels, all that weight's in the back. I bet you could rip wheelies with that fucker. Bro, that sounds so mean.
Look at the size comparison of this car to like everybody
I
else.
thought it was gonna be like an old Cooper too, not like one of the new ones.
It's like Italian job.
That's awesome. What year is this thing?
That thing is tiny.
How much does it weigh? 1,000? Oh my.
1,000 pounds.
1,000 pounds, dude. A Busa weighs what, 600?
It makes 250 horse.
Oh my god. It's literally a street legal go-kart.
Hayabusa is 582 to 586.
This one's left-hand drive.
So 2 bikes.
Really?
That's how much that weighs.
So this dude's got an extra 600 pounds with the driver in it.
Yeah. You definitely got used to the clutch.
Look how small the steering
I
wheel
know.
is.
I bet. You got the motor right behind you. That's awesome. Great. Oh my gosh.
Sounds just like a bike does.
$70, dude.
That's so,
That's ripping.
yeah, dude.
Too cool.
That can keep up with a lot of cars. And it's rear-wheel drive.
Yep. How is he shifting? Oh, his hand's down below the shifter. Okay.
You could probably reach into the gearbox if you wanted.
No shit. That takes short throw shifter to a whole new level.
So do you just shift by sound, or is there a RPM
There's RPM, there's a shift light also, but
Yeah.
mostly by sound.
All the air ducts. You know that thing don't fuck around.
It's a big Corvette group.
That's
Everyone's taking a
hilarious.
video of that.
I've never been in a car that sounds like a bike.
How'd it pull?
Good. It definitely moves. And it's got pretty short, you can tell he's shifting by sound because there's no RPM on that. It's like...
Yeah, shorty, short.
Have you seen the new Hayabusa?
No. I didn't even know they were making a new one.
Yep, they just came out with it.
With intelligence.
But they were on a hiatus since what, 2016?
It's been a while since they made one.
This is Mark Miller here today for motorcycle.com.
Pretty similar
We're
looking.
at the Utah Motorsports campus, formerly known as Miller Motorsports. And we got to flog this brand new Suzuki Hayabusa yesterday on the road.
I really like how they did the exhaust.
I was just going to say, dude, it looks titanium.
And I like how it's not that
I
bubble
hate that.
fat.
I don't really.
Yeah, it's not.
I don't really like that.
It's not really.
I mean, it's a nice bike, like obviously, but
It looks so futuristic.
Yeah, it's very expensive, very fast, and meant for the people that like really want to take this thing to another level. It's
Yeah,
built
for
like
sure.
it's built really good, I'm sure too.
Really cool when you're starting to get to where maybe your tire's hot.
yeah, like
or
I'm
you
sure it
want
couldn't
to
do
have a little bit of
almost
extra protection.
everything that it does if it
where,
didn't look like
Dude,
that.
he done the tail of the dragon with that
Super
thing.
smooth. After a full day with the same tires at the short circuit today.
Look
you
at
know,
that
getting
tuck.
some-
Oh my
some wear and tear
God.
on that rear tire. And so I clicked it up to the B setting, which puts it on like level 5 on most of the parameters. And man, it is really easy to just get in the corner, crack the throttle, roll it on, and the weight just kind of shifts back, and you can feel everything that's going on. The rear just kind of sits back and does a nice, smooth drift out of the corners. Never had a scare. I never thought, I'm going to high side this huge motorcycle, and I'm going to be very embarrassed because something like this is not something you want to really scratch. It's very beautiful, and in person, it reeks of high quality. It looks good. It looks so good, in fact. I'm gonna be a little honest here. We had a group of us who.
I don't think it looks that good. I
agree.
I think it looks okay, and it looks like a Hayabusa, but no, like when you hear that name, you're associating that with like super speed
High
bikes.
performance. Yeah, right. Yeah.
280 mile an hour bike.
Yeah,
It could look like that.
I really like the new. They started making Honda CBs again.
They're probably
I
ugly.
see. They're not half bad. They actually went retro with the looks, Nick.
Here, let me full screen this.
This guy's kind of annoying, so I'm gonna mute him. But
Oh, actually, that's not bad.
Spoke gaiters. The tire size at the front.
Yeah, they
is
went with the
same as
retro
before,
look.
Which happens to be 100.
Definitely.
It looks like an
But
old
like it has
school.
disc brakes and everything, so it's like, I mean, definitely upgraded. Like modernized.
yeah, definitely disc brakes, LED headlights.
Probably.
Yeah, there is an ABS system.
What are these? 600s?
350. It's a CB350.
Does that say 350? Yeah.
Yep, 350 RS. The tank looks very similar.
Are they just making the 350? Because a 750 like that would be badass.
I think so. I think so, and
With,
the
like,
reason
a lot
why
of exhaust.
I think they're doing it like that is because if you're gonna buy that much horsepower in a bike, you're probably gonna go with the CBR.
Right.
I mean, it's kind of a different bike.
It is a different, it's a different bike, but I don't know from Honda's standpoint.
Yeah.
They probably, out of all of the years they made the CB350, they probably sold more CB350s than CB75 or CB754s or whatever. I like the new tail light. I like the new signals. And it has like a little carrier thing on the back here.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I kind of wish it had the dual head lamp thing, not headlamp, but the gauges instead of one.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Kind of
I
looks
agree.
like Harley's. That looks like a Harley.
Yeah.
You know.
160, does that say? 120, 140, 160? I imagine it'd be pretty frightening going at that speed in this bike. No, no windscreen.
The bolts start to rattle a bit.
Yeah. But yeah, I think they're badass, and I don't know what the starting. I want to say they actually. Let me see if. See.
7.
I wonder if they even brought it to America. It's only showing it in. I don't even know what that is.
Let's do a 2020.
It's not even sold in America.
Yeah, this is. You got to figure out what country it's sold in. I think it's in India.
I've seen new ones for sale here.
No way. This is not $3,000.
$3,000.
At dealerships.
What?
Look up a 2020 though.
How many did they make?
Does it not say?
I'm just gonna go to their website. Okay. First off, these are sick. CRF 300. This rally looks sick.
What's Neo Sports Cafe? Oh.
The trail, that's
monkey?
pretty cool.
Hold on, go up, Corey. Look at the monkey.
They sell that.
No.
What the
I can't
hell?
believe that's $4,000.
Or the Super Cub?
I can't believe the Grom is considered a sport bike.
Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of sad.
A CB300R is what they're calling it.
Dude, look at this thing.
Bro.
Dude.
$1,800 for a moped.
Dude, that's not that bad. I would if I could get a group of people to buy those things.
How big is the motor on it?
I don't know,
It
man.
is
Or is it electric?
Oh, look at the color scheme on this one.
That's kind of cool. I wonder if it's like extra, like an add-on.
Look at that. That's kind of cool. It's like Buzz Lightyear.
Going fucking 4 miles an hour.
Yeah, I bet you this thing tops out at 35. I features specs here. Let me go with specs. 109cc air cooled. So you need a license to ride this.
Yeah.
And it's
100cc.
carbureted. That's surprising.
Oh.
Automatic? It's a CVT. Did you see that?
Yep.
Interesting.
One of you should buy one of these.
It's probably one gear.
Yeah, it's like a snowmobile. You fucking pin it and it just winds up.
And you're just going 35 and that's it.
But I don't
0 to
see
35.
I don't see the CB 350 in here.
Yeah,
What
I
I
don't
was
think it's for sale in America yet.
I think the CB, but it's a 300R. It's not this. It's in the standard. That's what I've seen.
CB 1000, CB 650.
Oh my! Click on the 1000.
Dude, this thing
that's
looks
nuts.
sick.
mean.
That thing looks sick.
For sure.
Yeah, it does. Dude, that thing looks like the Batman's butt.
Actually, it kind of does.
That thing looks fucking dope.
Some 21-year-old out there with his dad's money is going to put cafe bars on it.
Yeah.
125. I want to see what this monkey has.
I think that's the 50.
No, 124.
What?
cc.
Damn.
Five speed. Those are kind of sick.
It looks retro as fuck.
That's how they used to look, pretty much.
Yeah.
Look at the gold wings.
How much does that
25K.
weigh?
That thing looks pretty cool though.
How much does it weigh?
800 pounds.
42 miles to the gallon.
Pretty good. Is it still? It's an 1800 cc. How much power does it make?
It doesn't
It's a
say-
horizontally opposed engine. That's new.
I'm pretty sure it's the same in the old gold wings, isn't it?
I don't think so. I don't know, dude. It's basically a Subaru flat six.
Well, BMW has that, I believe.
Yeah, I think
in
their bikes, yeah.
Their bikes, yeah, they're 1000cc ones. And their 750s. Probably a lot more of them.
It's automatic. That would be so weird.
This is automatic?
Yeah, it says automatic DCT.
Wow. There's a reverse.
And a walking mode.
Well, it weighs so much, it's gonna
Dude,
take
yeah,
you
this is for
minutes
old
to
this for
run the
old
ground.
this for old riders right here.
Straight up, dude. It's a Geo Metro on 2 wheels. You tip that fucker over, you're gonna need a forklift to tip it back up.
I like this Africa Twin. I like the color on this bike.
Dudes
think,
driving the gold are
It
gonna
looks like
need
all
light
of them
cover.
have the horizontal drive.
Gold wings?
Yeah. Like even these old ones from
Yeah.
like the 70s.
Yeah, gold wings have that unique sound, so I'd believe it.
Dude, they used to have some like mad fairings on the front.
You gotta be crazy though. Like what why would you hop on this bike and I don't see why someone would want to go for a long ride on a motorcycle. I mean, I guess I would if I had something like this where it's comfortable.
We also live in the flattest part of the country. Like, if you lived in Colorado, like where these pictures were taken, I mean, probably be a little more.
Come on, you guys. Listen, Milwaukee is the fucking start of fucking Harley Davidson.
That's true.
Like, people live, sleep, and fucking breathe riding motorcycles, and they'll do it for long distances. But a Harley is way different than a CB350 or a crotch rocket for that matter. You get onto a fucking Harley, dude, and you get on the highway or even back roads with a bunch of buddies, it's a good time. If you've never done it before, I feel like you don't know. You know what I mean? It's kind of like going for a cruise with a bunch of buddies. It's the same thing. That's what I'm talking at.
They need to rerun the FXRs or something.
This looks like 9 of the same motorcycle.
Some of the tires are.
Those are all Corey, those are all basically Sportsters, except for the Fat Boy and the Heritage.
It's also like the scale of each picture is the same. Like they're not all the same size.
I like the 48.
If I was to buy a Harley, guys, it would be a Road Glide.
The 883 is just too small. Like, not worth it. If you're gonna get a Harley, like, get a 1200 or bigger.
Yeah, I would go with a Road Glide. The new Road Glides, the CVOs, are fucking sick.
But I like compact bikes. Like, I don't like a lot of, like, size.
Right.
Yeah, a bunch of extra shit.
Yeah.
I'm with you there.
Like maybe some, like, bags on the back, but, like no fairing, no, like, I don't know.
All right, boys. I gotta hop off for tonight. I still gotta shower and shit before work in the morning.
All right.
Okay. Good luck.
Yeah. Cap, you still there?
I'm still here, yeah.
Well, it says you minimized your application.
Oh, I minimized the video.
Oh, gotcha. Right on, dude. Well, hey, I'll catch up with you this weekend or something.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Later, Nick.
Hey, bro.
And then there were 2.
Yeah.
Well,
we've
been streaming for like an hour, some change. Are you gonna play games?
I'm down. I work at 2 tomorrow, so.
Oh, you want to play some Hypercharge or something?
I'm down.
All right, let's get it. Hey, if there's anyone still watching, I don't think there is, but thanks for coming and checking it out. And we'll let you know next time we're heading up on this podcast. Next time we're streaming live, it'll be dope.
Yeah.
So yeah, peace out, y'all.